Thanks for the support as a channel member, Mikey Bell. Yeah, I know it's a cup final today, which traditionally means wear a suit. It is far too hot for a suit. This is as good as you're getting. I'm already sweaty like this. What's the temperature?
At the moment, it's 28 degrees Celsius.
That, boys and girls, is too hot for a jacket. Hello and welcome to part 164 of Bourne Again. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have our first ever League Cup final at Wembley against Manchester City. We said we wanted to win some trophies we've never won before this season. We've obviously got the Champions League, we've got the Premier League, we've got the FA Cup. What we don't have is the EFL Cup. We've got a chance to win it now. It's going to be tricky though, because we've committed to playing rotated teams throughout this competition, and we are going to stick to our commitment today. We're going to give our fringe boys a chance to win in Europe. Since you were last with me, we've continued to be a little bit iffy in the league. So I think the Premier League, any title chance we had is probably gone. We're 10 points away from Liverpool with 9 games left to go. Our focus is on these cup competitions, and of course, getting Domenico his first golden boot. But job number one, EFL Cup. And this is the team we're going to put out there to try and win it for us. As you can see, very rotated. We're going with Beagles in goal, a back four of Regulus, Da Silva, Nixon, Burke and Foose, Lavelle at the base of the midfield, Agostinho and Giro ahead of him, Jusper and Calderon supporting Bresenio up front. If these boys manage to pull off a League Cup victory, then they deserve every little smidgen of medal that they're going to get out of this. But it just felt a little bit unfair in a competition that nobody really cares about. It felt a little bit unfair that the rotated squad that's got us to the final all have to step out and lose their place to let the big boys in for the final. Serna Jackie hasn't played a second of Carabao Cup football this season. For him to start at Wembley is ridiculous. You deserve to win the trophy. Actually, I don't want to talk about winning the trophy. Come on, lads, show me what you can do to keep our run going. I think that's a decent team talk. Hopefully Manchester City are rotating as well. I suggest they probably won't, but you never know. I'm not expecting a win here, but I've put a tie on regardless, because if we do manage to win, then it's a really good sign for the future of the club, because if you look at the likes of Beagles, Foose, Nixon, Burke, the entire midfield, the entire front three, these are all under 23 players. So yes, we've got our superstars that are obviously Champions League winners, Premier League winners, but we've got a whole bunch of players here with Da Silva babysitting, really, and Regulus, who's probably played 250 games for us, even though he's still very young as well. He's still under 23 himself, but has been playing regularly for us since he was 18. But Da Silva's basically babysitting a bunch of kids today. And if we do manage to even be competitive in this football club is going to be a force to be reckoned with for a long time to come. Bresenio plays it into the path of Jusper, who, of course, not long recovered from his torn cruciate ligaments, back in the team today. He probably didn't expect to be playing in a Wembley final this year. Giro back to Lavelle. Lavelle plays it out to Foose, who, the best right back in the world 2 years running there, boys and girls. Can't keep a simple pass in to get a crossover. Arango doesn't understand what he's got to do to get in the World Team of the Year. That's a terrible pass for, I don't even know who that was. Was that Da Silva charging forward, or was it Regulus? It was someone charging forward from the back, playing a terrible pass, and it's left us under a lot of pressure here. City just knocking the ball around on the edge of our area, or kind of halfway into our half, really. It's a bit generous to call it the edge of our area. We're happy for them to do this, as long as they don't drag us out of position and create a gap for themselves. Giro is dragged out of position. It creates a gap behind him and leads to a chance for Manchester City. That's exactly what we didn't want to happen. It's almost as if they know that we can't help but press, mainly because we're playing a pressing tactic, as we always do. Right, we've had 33% of the possession in that first half. We'll tell them we're not happy. I'm going to do it calmly because, like I say, I don't care if we win this or not. It's no skin off my nose if we win this game. I'm already reassured by how well and how competitive these young lads are being. So we just need one of them to step up and show that he's going to be a big game player for the future, a future star, a Bresenio hat-trick, and then we get excited. But City have got the first goal. They're 1-0 up. There's exactly 45,000 Bourne fans here, exactly half the capacity of Wembley filled by Bourne fans. How far we've come in the last 20 years to be able to take 45,000 people to a Carabao Cup final to see our under-23s play. They're probably going to want a refund on their ticket. To be fair, I was very clear in the media beforehand that I was going to continue my policy of playing a rotated team. And that's exactly what I've done. We're going to ask for some creativity. We have got some of the stars on the bench who can come on for the last 20 minutes or so if we need someone to come on and try and do something game-changing. I'm thinking an entirely fresh front three might be in order. Jesper can come off for Cook. We're going to take off Calderon and bring on Cerner Jackie. And you know what? I'm tempted to, I think we'll take off Agostino, put Bresenio back there, bring on Domenico up front. So we are going for a... brought on 3 world-class attacking players there. So I think it's now within reason to say, right, we'll demand more now. We've brought on 3, a very fresh, very good front 3 who should be able to muster something up against a Manchester City team who don't seem to have made it out of second gear really today. Not that they've needed to. On 64% possession, they've just controlled the game from start to finish, grabbed a goal, and are now happy to sit back and win the game. Nixon Burke, looking for options, finds Foose, and here's Cerner Jackie. Our first real look at him in today's game. He gives it to Foose, who's charging forward on the overlap. Can he get a cross in this time? He goes past his man. Cross comes in, looking for Bresenio, who's still pushing forward. Lavelle now picks up the loose ball. Lavelle to Giroud. After this move, I'm putting Bresenio back up front. We're going to go to a 4-2-4. Foose crossing again, and there is Bresenio. He doesn't need to go back up front. He scored from midfield. A 7th goal of the season for Bresenio. Most of them have come when he's been playing as in this Mazzala role, and he's starting to fulfil some of his potential. I've had a few people in the comments saying I'm wasting him. He's only 22. He's getting better. He's had loads of game time this year. Wasting my eye. He's breaking into the first team in 2 different positions at the same time, and our very, very second string team has pushed Manchester City to extra time. Dig in, everybody. Can we make a 4th substitution? Because Foose is looking shattered. Can we bring Gilarducci on? We can. So Gilarducci can come on and play right back for extra time. Addo would have been the other option, but the midfield's generally playing quite well, so I don't feel the need to bring Addo on, whereas Foose was just, I mean, he couldn't run up and down that wing any more than he already has. Right, let's have some creativity right at the start of the extra time period. A little bit of creativity never did anybody any harm. I'd like Cerner Jackie to wake up and realise he's in a Wembley final. I know he probably, because he's listened to me, he doesn't think it's that important. But, you know, he could win this on his own if he just decided to do something Cerner Jackie-like. Instead, he sat there on a 6.3 in a Wembley final. Never thought I'd see such a thing. He's had, 50 minutes of football today? And not looked competitive at all. Right, penalty shootout it is then. We have a little bit of a reputation forming on the channel of not being able to do penalty shootouts. Let's see if we can win one today and pick up a first Carabao Cup, and Beagles makes a save from the first penalty. Does that mean it's going to be one of those shootouts where there's loads of misses? Domenico to put us 1-0 up and give us control of the match. Domenico scores. Wonderful stuff. Is Michael Beagles going to make himself a hero once again? Already a Champions League medal in his trophy cabinet. Is he going to add to it with the big one, the Carabao Cup? Oh, he got to that one again, but couldn't quite push it past the post. Beagles looks like he is up for this penalty shootout. It's Cerner Jackie with penalty number 2. Surely he's not going to mess this up. Of course he's not. He's Mitar Cerner Jackie. 2-1 to Bourne. 3 penalties each remaining. Beagles is there again to try and do something heroic. Carlos for Manchester City, and Beagles saves another one. Michael Beagles is the king of penalty shootouts. Bresenio now to put us 3-1 up with 2 penalties remaining. Bresenio scores. It's 3-1 to Bourne, and fingertips just tentatively stroking the ribbons on the side of the Carabao Cup trophy as we look for yet more heroics from Michael Beagles. If he makes another save here, we win, I think, if I can do maths. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Come on, Michael. Make yourself a proper star. Michael Beagles, for the win. Can he make a 3rd save of this penalty shootout? No. It's 3-2. That's fine. We've still got other opportunities to win. If we score here, we win anyway. Who's taking it? To put us 4-2 and uncatchable It's going to be LOLLUJO, who's fresh, only came on at the start of extra time. The former Manchester City player, of course. We signed him from them. He never really got a look in at Manchester City as a right-footed left-back. He has for us, and he's played right-back plenty for us as well. LOLLUJO to win the Carabao Cup, and it's saved. And now we go back to Beagles, looking for him to... He's got another opportunity to become the hero of the day. I know Lee Cook is on our 5th penalty, so I'm still feeling confident. Lee Cook's not going to miss, surely. He will now. Guaranteed he will now. But hopefully he won't even have to take his penalty, because Beagles has been outstanding in this shootout so far and has the chance to be awesome one more time. Can he save the 5th penalty for City? Oh, I thought he had, but he hasn't, and it's 3-3, and now all the pressure is on Lee Cook. We were 3-1 up at the halfway point of this shootout. If we mess this up here, there's no coming back from it. Confidence will be gone. Cook has to show that he is balls of steel. That's what we're looking for from Lee Cook here. Stepping up, 5th penalty. England international. He's used to playing at Wembley. He's probably played in more times. He's definitely played in more times than anyone else in our team. And there is the victory. And Bourne Town Football Club have won the Carabao Cup as we add to our collection of trophies that we never won the first time round. There you go. I hope you're happy now. Our under-23s are better than Manchester City. It does make me question how poor we've been in the league at times this year. Maybe we should be giving these youngsters more game time in the league, because they've gone and won the Carabao Cup without much help from the big boys. And there you go, medals for the win. Where is Beagles, the hero of the day? 22 years old, still very young for a goalkeeper, starting to collect a nice little trophy cabinet. He's got a Champions League, he's got a Carabao Cup. Hopefully we add a World Club Cup to that in the summer. I don't think he's going to be adding a Premier League winners medal this season unless something remarkable happens. Right, I need to go and get changed into something more sensible for a league game, and then we're going to play Leicester and try and reinsert ourselves in the title hunt. So much change then for the Leicester game back in the Premier League, and this is must win. They're all must win now. If we're going to win the Premier League, we've got to win every game, all of our final 9 games, and hope Liverpool slip up. We don't play them, so we really do just have to make sure we win every single one of our remaining games, or else it really just becomes about the Champions League and the World Club Cup this season. I suspect it might already be there. Failure to score a victory in this match means we definitely just shift focus entirely to Champions League and Club World Cup for this final season. So, Mendoza in goal, a back four of LOLLUJO, Da Silva, Diaz and Foose. Bonilla at the base of the midfield, Addo and Lubinkovic ahead of him. And then Cook, who's on the wrong instruction. Cook, Domenico, Cernajacki as the front 3. Let's get into the match. One thing I think I probably need to toy around with it a little bit more and experiment, because this is the first season I've ever done major major rotation, particularly for the cup games. I am fully rotating to the way you've just seen me do in that cup final. And because we've had cup runs and the League Cup and the FA Cup have been going on at the same time, there have been times where it's almost been every other game. Certainly in January, which is when our Premier League form fell off, pretty much every other game we were rotating massively. And that's when our Premier League form fell apart. So I am wondering if, oh, for God's sake. Oh, it was offside. That's all right then. I am wondering if rotating as much as I have is what's caused our Premier League decline. And maybe I went a little bit too over the top with it. Be interested to know your thoughts down in the comments if doing major rotation makes it a little bit harder for the first team, if you like, who aren't playing as many games, to maintain good form. Cernajacki is there, though, with a 9th goal of the season, and probably about the 20th time in his Bourne career he's scored that exact goal. Long throw, this time from Foose. It's usually Diaz. And Cernajacki just gets there before the keeper, flicks it past him. It's 1-0 to Bourne, and that leaves us 7 points off top of the table, Liverpool, with them having a game in hand, plus West Ham and Arsenal in the way, in between us and Liverpool. Where on earth have West Ham come from this year? It's ridiculous. Right, LOLLUJO overlapping on this left-hand side now. He's going to want to pull it back onto his right for the cross. In fact, gives it to Cook, who was looking for Domenico but couldn't find him. LOLLUJO, though, picks up the loose ball and smashes it into the top corner with his right foot. He's an example of someone who played in the EFL Cup final, got a boost in confidence and has now taken that confidence boost into the league and done something special. So it's interesting. I'm interested in it anyway. We saw Diaz, who didn't take part at all, be pathetic at defending earlier, whereas LOLLUJO and Cernajacki, who were both involved in the cup final, both playing well today. It's interesting. First half means nothing. Maintain focus. Don't lose composure. That's not what we say, is it? It's don't let you. I don't know what the standard. I'm losing my mind. I can't remember what standard Football Manager team talks are. I know them by position rather than language now. Just tick the bottom one. Domenico's done brilliantly there. Just flying past two players as if they're not there, but his shot is straight at the goalkeeper. He did very, very well until the finish. There you go. There's a Football Manager standard one, and I looked at the bottom of the screen and it was there. Domenico did so well until the finish. That's been in Football Manager for 20 years, that line. And I would miss it if they ever took it away, because we know when it's appropriate. And it definitely was there. Right, Cook is going to come off, disproving my theory that people involved in the cup final would be better today, because he obviously scored the winner in the penalty shootout and hasn't been great today at all. Brazenio can come on in midfield, where he did grab a goal from that exact position. I keep flip-flopping with Brazenio. Is he a striker? Is he a Mazzala? I still think he's better as a Mazzala, but he will not become natural in that position, no matter how much I've been forcing him to play there for nearly 2 seasons, and he's not having it. So we might have to accept he thinks he's a striker. So even if his attributes seem to match Mazzala better, it doesn't matter. He's going to be a striker because he won't learn to play this role properly, which is very frustrating. He's been training it the whole time, and in fact, he's just stopped training it because he asked to stop training it. And he's now training to be an attacking midfielder, which we don't use. And I just think, you know what? Get him away from being a striker. That's fine. We've got too many strikers. He won't get in the team up front often enough. Bonilla plays LOLLUJO in. LOLLUJO cuts it back. He was looking for Domenico. Couldn't quite find him. We've got a penalty here. It's Leon Henshaw, the former Bourne man. And I think we do have a penalty, and it's going to be Domenico to take to put us 3-0 up against a Leicester team who had European hopes themselves before this match. But Domenico scores to make it 3-0, and that's his 27th goal of the season now for Domenico. He is having a very good year. Runner-up for Ballon d'Or, currently out in front, I think, after this goal for the Golden Boot in the Premier League. He's all right, isn't he? Not bad for a free transfer. For my final change, in fact, I'm not going to bring Agostino on. That seems like it's asking for trouble. We'll bring Nixon Burke on. I'm just going to shuffle that entire midfield around so Bonilla can go forward, Diaz can go forward, Nixon Burke can drop into the back four, which he's done. Diaz has played that more advanced role plenty of times before. Cernajacki with the corner, falls to LOLLUJO, who's had a storming game, grabs his second of the match, his third of the season, 4-0 to Bourne now. And any thoughts I had of rotation affecting league form seem to have gone out the window, because we rotated the team 3 days ago. We're back in the league with different players, and we've beaten European challengers 4-0. So I guess we just hit a poor run of form back in January. There doesn't need to be an explanation for it. It was just a poor run of form, probably because our squad is a little bit too small at the moment as we try and streamline things ready for the new manager to make his job a little bit easier. And it cost us. We're still in this title race, though. It will need a miracle. Right, tomorrow's video, we're going to skip the Manchester United game in the FA Cup. We'll come back to the FA Cup if we get deeper into it and it becomes interesting. But tomorrow is going to be the second leg of the Champions League knockout round against Bayern Munich. We are in a sticky situation in that tie after the first leg, after a 0-0 draw at home. So we need a result against Bayern, and then we're away from home against Arsenal in the Premier League, who are one place above us. And again, I said it before, I will continue to say it, we've got to win every Premier League game for the rest of the season now. So Arsenal, West Ham, Man City are our next 3 Premier League games. Arsenal, West Ham, Man City. If we win all them, we're in with a chance. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.